I should just do a real quick trading recap of this past week's trades. I haven't done any of them in a recap, I think. So let's real quickly just go over them. So this was today. Oh, let's see. This was the other day. I fucking get stopped out all the time on USD, Euro USD. So we can see on. Let's go to the. Go away. So on the daily, you see we're going down, but we reached the bottom right here, sweeping some of this liquidity, and then we're starting to come back up. As you can see on this one, we have a break of structure right here, and then continue, and then we have a little slight downtrend in like 2 3 or a week. Oh my god. Well, on the daily we're on an uptrend. I've marked it with this little line right here. So you see, high, low, high, low, high, low. Easy dubs. Let's go to the 1 hour so we can see. So we know we're going up, so I waited for us to come down, sweep liquidity right here. We did that on here. We come back up. That's on the hourly. But yeah, this is the liquidity I wanted to see get swept. And then I also marked this out. We didn't quite hit that. So when we go to the 15-minute, let's see here. So as you can see, we have liquidity right here, getting swept right here. And that's where I get fucking stopped out, because we see a light sweep right here. Very light. You see, beep, just stick the tip into it. You know, teasy, always. What we see is a break of structure, and I just wait for it to come back into the order block right here. This is a 5-minute order block down here, marked out with this box. I wait for us to come in within this order block, and then we rock it, right? But we end up coming all the way down here, sweeping liquidity down here somehow. What the fuck? How does that work? I thought we would at least see this liquidity get swept. If we're gonna stop me out, then fucking sweep some real liquidity, because this is just the bottom of a fair value gap getting swept. And I guess there's some 5-minute liquidity line within here, but nothing I would consider for us to sweep. But apparently that can happen too, because afterwards we hit my take profit. So that was a bit annoying. Coming into today, we've seen that on, the 15-minute, it's also on the hourly. You can see high, actually a lower high, and then we just have a lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high. So I was like, okay, we're going down, just very quickly going down. So I marked out the order block going up before the move down, and then I waited for us to sweep liquidity line within the 5-minute here. Let's see. We have liquidity line above these highs, and these highs. And we saw sweep, and we saw strong rejection off of that. So I was like, okay, once we come back up into this base, I would see, like, I wanted to enter. And on the 1 minute, I took it off of like a very quick dip up on this line, and then we saw a break of structure afterwards. I was like, great. Well, we end up hitting these up here, stopping me out up here, sweep liquidity up here, and I could have told myself that. So we have equilibrium right here, right? And yeah, not sweeping the previous day high, obviously, we were in a downtrend. I was trying to reach previous day lows. We sweep this liquidity right here, and actually also this all the way up here, which I didn't think we could. Off of the rejection we saw off of this. So I was like, well, the rejection was strong. We can't reach these others. And I took the trade off of that, and Yeah, well, I got stopped out. I guess I didn't see a total break of structure because we have no break of structure here. We have a higher low, you see. Then we have a lower high, lower low, and I should actually have waited for us to come back up to see a lower high and then take the trade. Learn by doing, you see? Watch the video coming out on Sunday. Learning by doing. Yeah, so I guess we didn't break structure. And that's why I failed. Note to self, look for break of structure. Now we got the liquidity sweeps down. Look for liquidity sweeps. We learned that last week. Look for liquidity sweep and not just break of structure. Here we need to look for break of structure after the liquidity sweep. Which we obviously didn't see right here because it's a higher low. Yeah. Then we have, let me see, right here, we have oil. This was a good ass trade I took the other day. Let me see. Okay, so we can see we're definitely in a downtrend. And this is where I've taken the other trades off of this area last week. I feel like I've gotten very good at trading oil, because the moves are actually quite easy to read. So when you see right here, we're coming up to this high, and then we went down during like nighttime for me. Let's go to the 1 hour for us to see better. So you can see this is during nighttime, and market opens at 9, and I didn't take a trade off of that because there was just too little action going on. And then, you know, another night goes by, and then we hit equilibrium. I was like, okay, so that was the retracement. Now it's done. And I was just waiting for us to retrace into this, because oil often hits equilibrium, I've realized. And then I just go into the 15-minute. Let's see if we can find my trade. We see here, sweep of the equilibrium. There's these highs right here, so liquidity in this area gets swept, you see. And then we see a break of structure right here. And then I just wait for us to fill in this order block right here. And we also have a fair value gap right here. And just mark that out real quick. Fair value gap. Boom. We disrespect the fair value gap, even though we continue it, because we actually, oh no, we don't, do we? No, we do actually wake up out of the fair value gap, but I think we saw a slight tap into the order block, as I remember it, because I took the trade off of the wick of that, where we hit the order block. And see, yeah, actually, you can see right here the wick is a little bit lower, so we could actually put it, let's see, like this. You can see we just wick into the order block, and then I took the trade off of that. So we had a risk reward of 4.6. Very nice, very nice. Put the stop, actually I put it above like this, so it's 3.82, but then I moved it down a bit, and then you can see easy take profit get hit right here. I love oil. Easy to trade, for me at least. And you can see we're currently just doing the exact same thing, where we're waiting for some sort of action, just as this one. You see, coming back up, we could potentially see another trade coming through right from this point to this point, and then whoop. You see, we could probably hit equilibrium and then do another one of these trades. I also looked at a trade today. Oh shit. Off of pounds versus the dollar. And as I started working today, I was like, what the fuck? Because we wigged down into exactly the place I wanted. Just wigged down into the fair value gap. And then, oh, let me see. No, not into equilibrium. We hit this fair value gap quite a few times. Let's go to the 1 minute, just for me to show you better. So you can see here, we come up above equilibrium, no, beneath equilibrium, we hit this, there's an imbalance right here. We take that, go higher. Then we come over here, beneath equilibrium, and then go higher. So I just wanted, because I was looking from like 8:30 this morning. I was like, okay, we want to see break of structure somewhere. You see, we have not swept any liquidity. So I was waiting for that to happen. And we do that on here. We don't sweep any liquidity, then we don't sweep any liquidity. Then I see it right here happening. We sweep this liquidity and we go higher. And then we come lower into the order block, no, fair value gap, yeah, fair value gap, and then continue. And that was what I should have entered off of. Let's go to today's trade. So, yesterday we did, oh my god, let's go to the 15 minute. So we can see a bigger picture. Okay, yesterday we were in an uptrend. We didn't quite hit our goal. We got stopped out, and that's market structure change. So we did not create new highs and broke structure to the downside. That happened right here. We have a new high. It's an hourly high or 4 hour or something like that. So that means my daily bias for today was we're continuing the trend downwards. Obviously, a huge break of structure. So when we go on to this, let's get into this so we can see what's going on. So I was just waiting for us to sweep some liquidity, and we come up here, sweep liquidity line within here. This is 5 minute liquidity, and we have from here to here. I actually only thought we could reach liquidity line within this area, but once we came closer, we saw we just keep going. So I was just waiting for us to see a break of structure. So when we go on to actually the 1 minute for once, I normally don't use this that much because it's, I don't know actually. Let's take that into consideration. Why don't I know? Why I'm not using the 1 minute. I only have been using it like for free trades or something, for seeing where price is exactly at the point. So as you can see, we're coming up, equilibrium gets hit, and we take out some, let's see here. So as you can see, we come up here, take out liquidity, break of structure. But I wasn't looking at the 1 minute then. We just keep going, even on the 5 minute. We just make higher highs and higher lows, so continuing the little tiny uptrend. And I was like, okay, we have liquidity over these highs and these highs, and that's what I saw. So when we look at this, sweep liquidity, break of structure off of this, and let me show you here. So sweep liquidity, and then break of structure happens here. We have a lower high and a lower low. So when we came up to this high, I entered off of that. And as you can see, we've been, I put stop beyond these highs over here, which are like today's early morning highs, or late at night at 2 o'clock in the morning. So obviously we try not to hit those. Oh, we got stopped out. Wait a minute. I think, no, I'm still in it. I put my stop a little bit higher than that because I typically get stopped out. So yeah, as you can see, we're still in it. Because we're gonna continue the trend downwards. So I think my stop is like up here, so we have a risk reward of 2.5-ish. And then I put my stop like down here somewhere, because we're in a downtrend. We should be able to take out lower lows than this early morning lows. You see, that's the thought process. So I entered right here because we had a breaker structure on the 5 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute. Didn't we? So yeah, so as you can see, we have a breaker structure right here. Obviously, we actually don't, because we don't make a new lower low, we just make a lower high. God damn it, that's like what another. I must be too impatient. That must be the reason for making these mistakes. Because we don't see a break of structure. We have a high, high, higher high, and then we have the low, and then a lower high, and that's what I enter off of. But I'm looking on the 1 minute. That's what confuses me, because I just see a break of structure. So actually we see here we have a higher high, where we come into this order block right here. And I actually looked at it, that's a 1 minute order block. I looked at it as like this, so we come within it right here. That's what I looked at. But when we go on the 1 minute, it looks like this. It's actually just this order block. It's a 1 minute order block. And we insert that here, and then we see a breaker structure actually. So we come down, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then it's a bit of a high high, but it's still, we do break this structure but have way lower low. And now we're just fucking dancing around up here. So what did I do right and what did I do wrong? I obviously entered wrong off of 1 minute breaker structure instead of at least 5 minute breaker structure. Remember that. Don't go too tight on the time frames. We're going for big time frame moves, so actually I should be looking more of like this. And as you can see, we're breaking structure to the upside now, because we have the low and the higher high, higher low, then making a higher high somewhere up here. So if we break structure on the candles up here, then we're probably going further up. And it's just a, see, on the 4 hour. Oh my god, my computer's going absolutely bananas. On the 4 hour, it's actually just a retracement. So yeah, I go way too much into like the small time frames, because on the daily this would just be a daily retracement. No, it's actually a daily breaker structure. Yeah, we're going down. I just watched a video of some guy teaching how to actually get profitable, and he says it's way too early to go on demos and lives and stuff like that, and he says it's about scaling the funded accounts. And it makes sense, but what I can really take away from him was make an Excel sheet and then type in what you traded, when you entered, what time, what you entered off of. So breaker structure, liquidity sweep of this, blah 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 blah. I like doing it with videos because I'm a visual learner, so I should probably watch all my last two trading recaps, and then see what mistakes I've done, and then correct from there. And he also said to like make risk reward. What was the risk reward of each trade? How many trades did you win? And he says you're on your way to get profitable if you win at least 50.99999%. So just over half of your trades, you have to win those. But realistically, you should at least win 70%. And I should definitely go check out all my past trades, see what I've lost, what I've won, and where we were at. So analyze what's going on, how I'm doing. So I'll be doing that during the weekend and over the next time. So we're learning, and I always think I'm learning more than I am, but we're learning. Now we need to just backtest what have I learned from trading these past 2 or 3 weeks, and then taking that into the fucking brain and learn from it and use it to actually win more trades. Because right now I'm in a Bitcoin trade purely off of luck. I'm $360 up, and as you can see, there's no thought to it. It's actually just let's see, on is it on the hourly? We can see it. No, we go on the daily. So as you can see, we're just down a shit ton. So I was like, we can only go up from here, and obviously we've done that. That's the only thought I had, and in the beginning I was like, okay, I'm good at just having a gut feeling and then enter off of that, but no, it's pure luck. It's just basically just thinking just a teeny tiny bit, because I've lost like 3 or 4 trades like that the last 2 weeks just off of doing something, thinking, oh, it can't get any worse than that, or it can't get any better. An example could be gold. Gold has just been going up and up and up and up, so I was afraid of taking trades on that because it had to break structure someday. So yeah, I've been waiting for that, and there's probably gonna be some gold trades next week because we just broke structure on like the daily time frames. Like a couple days ago or last week or something. I haven't checked out gold in a while, so finally we have something to actually target on shorts because we have a market structure change. So thank you for watching this week's trading recap, and come back next week for watching me take trades and learn from my mistakes.